There are a million different ways that you can find and get people to become clients and pay you to cook for them. But that doesn't mean that there are a million good ways. Today I'm talking about personal chef marketing fails that I've done, and I'm going to tell you so you don't have to do them. Now, of course, I say this with a caveat because there are a few things I tried that didn't work for me that have worked for other personal chefs, either because I didn't do it well, I didn't know how, I didn't give it enough time, or whatever. So there are some things that were me, but the ones I'm talking about today are ones that are just fundamentally not aligned with the marketing that a personal chef should do in this just kind of industry. So as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, let me explain this a little bit more. If you've got my free guide or looked at any of my trainings or anything, as a personal chef, the main service that I do is weekly meal service. Not one-off plates of meatloaf on Facebook, not a dozen cookies at a time, not party trays. So let me say that there's nothing wrong with those things. That's just not a personal chef's main gig because, bottom line, that's not where the money is. So you're not gonna make a full-time income selling chocolate chip cookies. And if you are, you're probably working your ass off. So when you're looking for clients who want a personal chef, who want someone who's going to meet with them, discuss, all their food and nutritional needs and wants and likes and dislikes, who's going to cook everything specially just for them for a personal chef service every week, that is a very certain type of person. So if you're just like making meatloaf on Mondays and posting it on Facebook and anybody in the neighborhood can buy 2 servings or whatever, that's a different kind of thing. If you're selling a meatloaf, plate or something for $8 or whatever, I don't even know what you could get for that. You just have to sell a freaking lot of meatloaf, and have a lot of customers to make decent money doing that. So when you have a personal chef business and you're doing work for one client at a time, it's totally different. You form a relationship with them and you are their personal chef. Okay, so now that we have that kind of dialed in, that a personal chef is a premium service, you're a professional with a very specific type of client, and it doesn't matter if that's families or seniors or nouveau riche, dual income, no kids, it doesn't matter for this discussion. It does for your specific marketing message, but the things that all this has in common for a personal chef is that these people value the premium service of a personal chef. So there are ways of finding these people and marketing to them that work, and ways of marketing that are more likely not to work, right? So my favorite marketing fail story is back in the beginning when I was just starting out and I didn't have any good marketing training or, let alone specific for personal chef training or anyone to tell me what was good, bad, would work, wouldn't work, whatever. I met a guy at a network meeting who did advertising, and he talked to me about his product, which was basically, in a nutshell, direct mail. Okay, so he really sold me on the fact, or I sold myself on that this direct mail would be going to like 10,000 people in my area, which is exactly where I wanted clients. And he offered me a deal, so it only cost me a few $100s. Now, being new, this sounded great. Getting my name and business in front of thousands of local people, this would be perfect. I made plans for all the new clients I would get and how I would handle the workload and how I would spend all the money, and really started counting my chickens, if you know what I mean. I slaved over the ad design because, of course, just starting out, I had to do it myself. It's not like I had a graphic designer or could afford one. I mean, I really couldn't afford the ad just starting out, but it seemed like such a huge opportunity. I mean, how could people not want to hire me? I mean, I'll make them dinner for crap's sake. Who wouldn't want that? They just don't know. They just don't know I'm here. And as soon as they see my ad, they're going to call me and they're going to hire me and I'm going to cook. And they're gonna pay me and everything's gonna be awesome and I'll be rich and successful and we're gonna go to Prague and everybody's gonna have a monkey. Yeah, I was pretty excited. Well, as you can imagine just from this story, it didn't go exactly this way. So long story short, after a few $100s paid and many, many hours of computer work slaving to get the perfect ad, I submitted my ad and the direct mail went out. And I got 0 clients. All that money and all that work, and I had nothing to show for it. Now, after having years of experience and getting clients different ways and learning what works and what doesn't work, I can look back on that and I know exactly what the problem was, or really what the problems were. Okay, first of all, the problem with direct mail like this is you're paying to get in front of thousands of people. But those thousands of people aren't really all potential clients. It's a shotgun approach and it's not the best route for a personal chef to take. So second, a specific problem here with what I did was this was a cash coupon book. So coupon right there is targeting people that are looking for a deal. And looking for a deal is not what you want in personal chef clients. These people want 50% off, like pre-made food at the grocery store kind of deal. They are not looking for a premium service and an ongoing relationship with a personal chef. But really, when you get right down to it, what the biggest problem here was me. It wasn't that direct mail was a shotgun approach to thousands of people who might not be potential clients, even though it was. And the biggest problem wasn't even that it was probably appealing to people that were looking for a deal instead of a premium service. The biggest problem was I didn't even know who my best potential client was or how to talk to them in a way that was going to grab their attention, make them want personal chef services. I didn't know how to position my services in the ad just to speak to my best potential client, to call out to them and make them want to take the next step and call me. So I tell you this story to illustrate it is not enough to put your business name, phone number, and even just a picture of your food and think that people are going to call you. It doesn't matter if it's on direct mail or social media, because I see that all the time. A lot of people think that they can just put up food pictures on their Facebook page or Instagram and they're going to be able to get a ton of clients. And this sucks to hear, but it really doesn't happen that way. You should be able to get a ton of clients. I get you. I think they should be calling too, but more often it doesn't happen. So it took me years to get to know my perfect client, dialed in. I know them so well. I can speak to them in a way that clearly and concisely describes exactly what their problem is. And I sound like I know them better than they know themselves. And I position myself as the absolute perfect solution for them. They're dying to hire me. They want to pay me all the money, and they will even sit on a wait list instead of going to another personal chef because I know them and they believe that I can solve their problem. Because when you have the right potential client and you know how to talk to them like this and explain your services, that's when the magic happens. That's when every person who calls you about services wants to get started with you after talking to you. So before you go just throwing your stuff out there, or, if you've been posting on social, and dear God, before you pay for any advertising, you need to know clearly who is your perfect client. What is their biggest reason for needing and wanting a personal chef? What is it going to cost them in time, money, health, whatever, to keep on doing what they're doing without you? Absolutely, the most important thing after you dial all these questions is to practice getting your message clear. And you can only do this by communicating it to other people. You can't just sit there and think you can do it yourself, because it's harder and you need the practice. So if you want my help getting your personal chef business started, or maybe you already have a personal chef business and you're struggling with getting and keeping consistent clients, DM me or just click the link below this video and check out the free guide I offer and all the other training, because I'm telling you, if you love to cook, if it is your absolute passion and you'd love to get paid, the clients are out there and they're hungry for what you're cooking. So don't let bad marketing stand in the way between you and them.